And welcome to the Multinational Football League. The Redwoods take on the Aviators in a hostile environment. The Aviators are very well known for their Week 1 victory, but since then, they've been dormant. It's going to be a battle against an undefeated team in the Dublin Redwoods, as Geno Smith will lead the majority of this team. Of course, I am the only one with you in commentary today as we take a look at what Dan Campbell and the Chicago Aviators have in store here in just a second. I want to shout out anybody, especially, I know my coaches are watching this, or at least one of my coaches, so huge shout out to you, and let's get into it, man. It's going to be the Redwoods trying to keep an undefeated streak alive and fight for the division. Meanwhile, Chicago fighting to stay away from the 1-3 curse going on, or the plague going on in their division. And without further ado, let's kick it off. Dublin will be the first to kick off the ball. Chicago will receive at about the 2, maybe the 3. And a nice little return there is going to get them to the 30. So the Aviators starting off with decent field position. Here is Jared Goff, who I thought was amazing. However, the interceptions look to be a problem here. 57 for 87, 107 yards, 5 touchdowns, 4 INTs. As we get into this matchup here. Handoff. Jahmyr Gibbs shakes a tackle off. It's 7 yards. First rush of the game, 17 rushes, 92 yards, a tutty in last week's game. And he's set to repeat the cycle here if, of course, he keeps up with runs like that and better. Goff under center, motion to Laporta. Handoff. And Gibbs is just barely out of reach of the first down, bringing up 3rd and inches at the 40. Now, I was about to say, that looks like an off spot right there, and that's going to be a first down at the 41-yard line. Great job by Jahmyr Gibbs, able to reach across the first down marker. And, of course, like I said, get the first down. Aviators, Goff under center once again. Gibbs has a huge hole, and he's going to take it for a first down. Clear to the 48. And I believe the Chicago Aviators, yes, they are in enemy territory right here. Goff with a little bit of motion to Laporta. Handoff. Gibbs is still up on his feet. He'll only gain about a yard. Solid effort, though, as Williams brings him down on that interior line. Going to be 2nd and 9 at the 47. Goff, first pass of the game. Throws, and it's dropped. Looking for number 17 there for the Aviators. It's going to be 3rd and 9. A trip bunch at the bottom of the screen. Looking to convert here. Goff rolls out, fires. He's got it, and it's not going to be enough. Jamison Williams on the catch. Now, the big question is, do they go for it here, knowing your kicker can't make... Oh, hold on. They have a lot of faith in the kicker. 57-yarder. It would be a Multinational Football League record. Kick is up. It's good. Unbelievable. Bates knocks it through. Hits off the inside of the crossbar. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a new field goal record. Unbelievable. The Redwoods will get the ball after a record-setting field goal to kick things off. Geno Smith going out there in company. We'll get that checked out right here. 43 for 67. 465 yards in neutral, in touchdowns and interceptions, 3 apiece. So he's looking for the touchdowns to be the leading stat line after this one. And that's especially the case if he wants to make a case for one of the best QBs in the league. Usually they get MVP as well. Kenneth Walker last week, 9 rushes, 68 yards, and 1 touchdown as he gets the rush there for 2. And on 2nd and 8 at the 29, we're going to see what the Redwoods can do. Now, Redwoods have been on a dominant streak so far. They look to continue it here, and that is a huge open field tackle by Terrion Arnold. So 3rd and 8 arises here at the 29. A huge play for this offense is needed, and they're going to get it. JSN gets them the first down here at the 39. A much-needed first down right there for the Redwoods. They just got scored on. They needed that first down for certain, or otherwise they'd be in trouble. 1st and 10 at the 39. Redwoods. They're going to hand off here. And Kenneth Walker shakes the tackle. And it's going to be a 1st and 10 at the midfield stripe. Kenneth Walker fake jukes a man. And he is going to go quite the ways here. 1st and 10 on the midfield logo. Gino under center. Handoff. Kenneth. And that is a yard on the gain there. 49-yard line is where they'll get to. And they're lined up on the right hash. Left hash here. Maybe. One of those. Well, it's all right. 3rd and 3 after a mid-gain right there. And now the Aviators must force a 4th down here if they don't want them to be in field goal range. Kenneth Walker shakes the tackle. Stiff arms. 1st down at the 37. The Redwoods want that scoring drive bad, especially after being embarrassed by a 57-yard field goal just a little earlier. RPO pays off. Good blocks. It's a 1st down at the 26-yard line, a gain of 11. So back-to-back 1st downs puts them in a good spot here. The 26-yard line for Geno Smith in the Redwoods. Handoff. Walker is going to put the effort in. Lands on his chest to get a gain of 5 to the 21. So on 2nd and 5 here, we're going to see what they can do here. Kenneth Walker nearly getting another 1st down. 3rd and inches here. And by what I've seen so far, I think they can convert right here. All you need to do is hand it off to Walker here. They're going to pass. And it's caught. DK breaks 1 tackle and just narrowly gets tackled there. It will still be a 1st down. Huge catch through the contact. They'll get a net gain of 3 out of that as well. 1st and 10. Redwoods going. Oh, looks like end zone. No. They're going to get 1st and goal at the 1. Very close. 1st and goal at the 1. You've got a good running back there. Let's say give him a try. Touchdown, Redwoods. Kenneth Walker, or as some people call him, the K9, getting his 1st touchdown of the game. He broke off for some very good 1st down plays, as they'll go ahead and kick the extra point, which is up and through. Redwoods, 13 plays, 72 yards in nearly 7 minutes. So a real time-wasting drive, but it all pays off. Bunch of 3rd down conversions there. Get some 7 as They'll receive this one at the 2 and get it really a 25-yard return. So one of the better returns we've seen today, as on 1st and 10, we're going to see what the Goff-led Aviators could do. They hit the seam. First down at the 25. 44-yard line here. The Aviators. And uh-oh, we got movement. So they're going to pin it on number 60 for the Aviators. Not a good look there. 1st and 15 at the 39. Costly, or potentially costly mistake here, as they will still have the first down play to work with. Goff throws it outside. It's going to get a gain, but gets them just back to where they were. 2nd and 10 at the 44. And we're in triple zeros for the first quarter. 7-3 in an action-packed first quarter. The Redwoods have the lead by 4. 57-yard field goal puts the Aviators at 3. So they're not too far behind, obviously, with it just being the first quarter, but always something to watch there. Looking to throw, and it's going to be caught for a gain of 4. 3rd and 6 incoming here. So the 48-yard line. Looking to throw, nearly picked off. I believe that's Witherspoon who nearly had the pick there. Williams was the intended receiver, and they're just going to punt this one. They don't want to try anything beyond 60, knowing their limits, as they'll get to the 21-yard line here. Kenneth Walker on the season, 46 rushes, 267 yards, 2 touchdowns. That last touchdown being, of course, his second. And right now, the Redwoods looking to get back down there, and that is a sea of Aviators taking him down. So almost like the Air Force came on him there. 2nd and 13. Smith over the middle, caught by Metcalf. He shakes a tackle, and it'll get a gain of about 5 there. 3rd and 8 at the 23. No one around him. Smith fires. Pass is caught by Metcalf, and it takes a while to bring this guy down, as it'll be a first down at the 43 when they do finally catch him. So, check this out here. Looks like 4 tacklers trying to get on him there. It takes 2 people after the 3rd contact to take him down. So he shakes off, theoretically, 1 tackle, but insane feats being pulled off by the strong receiver in DK Metcalf. Smith, handoff. Walker, nowhere. 2nd and 10 at the 43. 2nd and 10 now at the 43, like I just said. 9 minutes. Handoff. Walker. Only a net gain of -1. So here is 3rd and 11 at the 42. Smith looking to throw. Gino launches one deep, and they're going to say no catch. Not everybody agrees with it neither. Lockett is little ticked that that's not called a first down on the catch there. Obviously, there was no catch, so I'll rock with it. Speaking of what we're rocking with, the Chicago Aviators are rocking their alternate jerseys for this matchup, of course, being on Monday Night Primetime, or in our case, Friday Night Primetime. as I'm sure you'll have seen the other video by now. If you haven't, go check it out. It is episode 60. So I'll have to keep that in mind when I'm making this one, but it is episode 60 if you want to go look at that. Goff to throw, and it's going to be a 6-yard gain there. 3rd and 4 at the 26. Possible 3 and out here for the Aviators. Defense has got to lock in here. Throwing deep down the field, it's picked off. Return down the sideline, and he gets slammed out of bounds. Trey Brown coming up with an INT right here. He almost had one earlier. I'm stuck him for Witherspoon somehow. And you see here it's overthrown, or underthrown, excuse me. And that is what leads to this pick here. Kenneth Walker, we're going to get another update on him. He's got 49 rushes, 263 yards this time, and 2 touchdowns. Of course, nothing changing with the touchdowns. Not much changing with the carries and the yards. So, 1st and 10. Handoff. Walker is going to get a gain of 3. Looking to reach either the 300 or 400 mark tonight. Maybe even 3. Well, realistically, we want to go for 350, but knowing this league, it might not happen. 3rd and 2 at the 29. So, on 3rd short, the Redwoods have been really good on 3rd downs, and we got another flag. The Chicago players catch it. Lucas jumps off. So now it's going to be a longer 3rd down conversion. Of course, still not the longest we've seen. 3rd and 7 at the 34. Gino, play action. Doesn't know where to go. Fires, and it's incomplete. Heading more towards Dan Campbell on the other side. 4th and 7 here, though, is going to probably warrant the field goal team. Of course, it will. So 51 yards, the kick. We'll see if they can get it. It's up. It is good. So Myers puts this one through from 51 yards out. So some pretty high upfield field goals we're seeing here, as they will take this one to the 25, which was the original average spot on the kickoffs. They moved it up to 30, warranting the new kickoff rule. Of course, taking after the XFL. Looking to throw. Pass is caught. And they're going to have a Monroe St. Brown on the catch. 1st down. St. Brown is hyped up about it. 38-yard line. Looking to pass here. Fires over the middle. Incomplete. So Akello Witherspoon right there. 21, number 21 on the field, not 22. Got to remember that. 2nd and 10 at the 38. Pass here is knocked out of his hands. Incomplete. Sam Laporta taking the brunt right there. And it's going to be 3rd and 10. Only one 3rd down conversion for the Chicago Aviators today. So now going deep. It's caught. Laporta gets all the way inside the 5 and just falls short of the 1st down, or the 1st touchdown of this game for the Aviators. Oh my goodness, what a strike. They just barely catch up to him. I'm pretty sure they're on the inch-yard line here, and they pretty much might as well be. 1st and goal at the 1. Montgomery in the backfield. Handoff. They're gonna not get in. Oh my goodness. Montgomery seems to be in some discomfort crawling around. He is good though. It's gonna be 2nd and goal at the 1 now. Goff pointing out a possible blitzer. He's gonna get there. No. Unbelievable. They're going to knock it back to the 4. 3rd and goal now, and the goal line stand by the Redwoods is proving to be a pretty good probability here. Goff looking, scans. He's going to take this one in for himself. Walks in, touchdown, Aviators. Jared Goff potentially tying this game up as the first half is starting to come to an end here. Unbelievable athleticism so far that we've seen out of these two teams. So Chicago putting up a pretty good fight against the undefeated Redwoods as this kick is up and good to tie it at 10 points. 7 plays, 75 yards, 2 minutes, 38 seconds as we are below, or, well, just a little bit above 3 minutes here as the blocks coming here go to the 30. I believe that was Lockett right there. Kenneth Walker the third, 51 rushes, 271 yards, still 2 touchdowns. So he's trying to pick up about 29 more yards in order to have that 300-yard game, and that's when he's going to almost get there. 10-yard, maybe 12-yard gain right there. Sets him up pretty good for that, as it'll be 1st and 10 at the 43. Looks like the Redwoods might just burn some time here. Handoff, Walker, and that's going to be another big gain. I think he might have just reached it there. And an injury timeout coming in for the Aviators lineman here, number 99, getting a checkup there. Seems like maybe a shoulder, maybe a pec torn right there. I don't know, something. Smith, play action, throwing, passes, caught! The first down. And Tyler Lockett has got the catch. Making sure you guys know it's a first down. So multiple first downs on this drive leads them all the way to the 30 before the 2-minute warning. 10 apiece. The Redwoods trying to get back on top here. Now this Aviators defense has had its flaws so far. They're looking to make that less apparent as JSN is locked up pretty well right there. He did drop the pass, though, it seemed more like. 2nd and 10 at the 30. Gino, pass out to K9, who's going to pick up a gain of 2. So, of course, watching the secondary here for the Aviators go to work. It's 3rd and 8 at the 28. Smith to throw. He rolls out, fires. Oh, it's trying to get batted up and back into play. It's going to be incomplete nonetheless. 4th and 8 at the 28. And they're going to go ahead and kick. Well, might as well call 45 yards. Kick is up. It is good to put him at 13-10. Myers puts it through to gain the 3-point lead here. It's 13-10. And the Redwoods, while they have struggled, they have found ways to respond pretty quickly too. And that is a decent little return there from the Aviators as Sam Laporta goes back out on the season. He's got 12 receptions, and I couldn't see the yards or the touchdowns, but it seems like a low number of touchdowns where that might have been maybe a second. I'm not sure. Laporta's going to get this one, and he is riddled right there. Timeout taken by the Aviators. Laporta's going to get a chance to breathe after that hit, because that was pretty nasty. 2nd and 2 at the 42. Aviators move Laporta in motion. They're going to go back, looking to throw. Goff slings it midfield. It's caught. And it's going to be a first down at the 46-yard line. No huddle. 7 seconds to run off. Goff. Making sure everybody's got the call. Looking to throw. Pass is caught. And it's going to be another first down. But they got to keep the tempo going. 1st and 10 at the 31. They might call a timeout. They might not here. I'm not too entirely sure. All I know is that catch puts them closer and closer to tying this game up or taking a lead here. So with about 40 seconds to go here, we're going to see what exactly the Aviators are going to do here. Pass is located near the sideline. Caught 7 yards off of it. And he's going to get shoved out of bounds. That's Patrick out there. 2nd and 3 at the 25. Looking to throw. And it's incomplete. Laporta gets blasted on the attempted catch. Incomplete. Nice physical touch by the Redwoods. 3rd and 3 now at the 25. Laporta moving around here. Throwing, and it's incomplete. Patrick nearly had it there. Jones, the one to knock him down. So 4th and 3, they're going to take the smart decision here and kick about a 41-yard field goal, which feels like a chip shot considering he just hit 57, and it pretty much is. So Bates is going to knock that one through for the Aviators to tie the game up at 13. These primetime games have been no joke so far. 13-13 as the Redwoods will take control and possibly try to take a lead before the halftime show. 297 yards now for Kenneth Walker, so if they really want, they can run out time and get Walker his milestone for the game. They're not, though. They want something here, and it's going to be intercepted. Terrion Arnold. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and he picks him off beautifully right there. Maybe a bad read here by Geno Smith. Take a look. Just under. That's actually a really good jumped ball there. Not necessarily on the quarterback, but he's got to put that one maybe a little bit higher. Maybe that's where we're going wrong here. Jameson Williams is going to pick up a first down. Looked like he had a full head of steam. 25-yard line. They could take another field goal to go up before the half. And Goff is taken down. Timeout. Williams with the sack, and now a 50-yard field goal from Bates. Kick is up, and it is good. He hit one from 7 more yards out further. And the kickoff is going to go to the top of the letters in Aviators, as they'll be probably running their last play here. Smith chucks a deep ball. Does he have it? Oh, JSN nearly took it to the house. Terrion Arnold is certainly happy that tipped ball did not become a huge completion. And it looks like they're going man here. That's a little interesting for the Redwoods. They're going to chuck this ball deep. And it's incomplete. Double coverage on Lockett. And that will seal the first half results. 13-16. The Aviators with the lead. So as we take a look at the games around the league, Buenos Aires went against Portland. Became a 28-17 ordeal with the Golden Eagles coming out on top. Orlando versus Houston was a huge game, as well as Mexico City versus San Antonio. The Mexico City Armadillos end up getting the win in that one, 13-3. And going back to the Orbits, they had a last-second touchdown, a walk-off in that game. So virtually all the games are done now. I will remind you guys that the Bisons and Wizards game weirdly malfunctioned, so the score might not be the same in the league history. However, it will be remembered in the recordings that I've done here. See Sam Laporta catching a huge pass that nearly went into the end zone there. And now the Redwoods going to try to get into the end zone here at the start of the second half. Return at the 5. And they're going to go down here at the 26. So Kenneth Walker, 53 rushes, 297 yards, and a 2-touchdown season so far. And he's looking for that 300-yard mark here on this drive. Looks like they're going to get an opportunity. He's got it, and more. First down at the 41. And he has gotten his milestone for the game. 300-plus yards now for the Redwoods running back. First and 10 at the 41. Smith firing out wide. He's got it, and it's going to be 3 yards. Terrion Arnold trying to figure out what that was. I don't know if he was mad at himself. He's trying to figure out what side do I go on or what, but that was a very interesting celebration if that's what it was. And they're going to get the first down here, about a gain of, I'll call it 11, maybe 12. First and 10 here at the 46. Inside enemy territory. Handoff. K9 is going to get knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Some Aviators coming, some Lumberjacks, and cutting down the log there. Second and 10 at the 46. Play action to Walker. And it's thrown directly at Lockett's feet. Not able to catch it there. Third and 10 at the 46. So the Redwoods going to be preempted to throw here. It's incomplete. Or they did get the completion, but it goes for a small gain here. 4th and 7 at the 43, and they're just going to take the punt. As this one is up and away, a very high kick. It'll come down and go out at the 16. So first and 10 at the 16-yard line now for the Aviators, who have a lead in this matchup. Now, if they can get down and score once again, they'll be just like the other big 1 and 2 teams. Jamison Williams with some firepower on that catch. It's a first down to the 38. Huge play out of the Aviators there. Goff finds a soft spot in the coverage. Jamison Williams just absolutely obliterated a Redwoods defender. So first and 10 coming here at the 38-yard line. And they're going to get this one to be another first down here. So first and 10 at the 48. Chicago. Time ticking. Handoff. Gibbs is going to go for a gain of 1. They'll give him forward progress on the run. Otherwise, he's losing those valuable yards that, the very few that he has. Looking to throw here. Pass is caught. Gibbs is able to shake it off, but at what cost? It's going to be 3rd and 11 at the 47 here. So he loses a couple yards there on the pass. 3rd and 11 here at the 47. Like I said, looking to throw. Pass is caught. And Jahmyr Gibbs is going to end up picking up a more solid gain, but it will be 4th and 5, forcing a punt from the 46. So, see what happens here. Looks like they punted it from the 43, and Redwoods will start out right about where the Aviators did on that drive. So maybe looking to better walk him through it there. And they don't show the season stats that time. They show his game stats. He's got 79 yards on the run tonight with a touchdown. So he's not done yet for certain. A yard there puts him at 80. Now the big question is, can he get 100 in this game? And the handoff. Kenneth Walker gets through one tackler and just can't get through the next. It's going to be 3rd and 5 at the 20. Looks like man coverage here for the Aviators. Motion. Must not be. JSN looking to throw. Gino goes down at the 9. Aiden Hutchinson getting in the backfield there. One of the star guys on that defensive line. Soon to become an X Factor. I'm almost sure of it. There will be a better guy back there as well. So there is the punt from the end zone, going about a grand total of about 62 yards there. Jared Goff, 16 for 23, 204 yards, excuse me. No touchdowns yet, so there's something to change for the Aviators. So I don't know. I mean, he could have had one earlier. They held him up pretty good, though, at the goal line. So Jahmyr Gibbs takes the first down there. Hey, that might be why they call him Sonic, man. I'm telling you. The way he got out of those blocks, man, I thought he was a blue blur for a second. Handoff. Gibbs is going to take 5. 2nd and 5 now. 37 inside enemy territory. So they're already really close. Or really deep in their territory. And that is a smart decision there. He's going to throw it out, not cost his team any injury or a fumble, more likely. So now with an empty backfield, they're going to motion it out just a little bit. Trips at the bottom. Looking to throw. He's under pressure again, and he nearly goes down with the ball. Incomplete, though, as Hall barrels in on him. 4th and 5. They're going to take a whopping 54-yard field goal. As the kick is up, it is far right. Wow. Far right on the kick there. And now the Redwoods come out with some really good field position. There we go, the season stats. 57 rushes to get to this point. He's got 317 yards and 2 touchdowns. So he's looking to make that even bigger for himself. As the handoff here, Gino will pick up a first down there, putting him at 95 yards. Now he only needs 5 more for that 100-yard mark, and then after that, he can set his sight on 150. 1st and 10 here. Gino is brought down. Alex Anzalone takes him down. Going to be 2nd and 16 now after Geno Smith just got walloped on the blitz there. 2nd and 16. Looking to throw is Geno. Pass is caught with relatively no point in catching it at all. Fant with the catch right there. He's not happy about it neither. 3rd and 18. Geno chucks this one out of bounds. Smart move. And they're going to have a 3 and out here. Wow. That is massive for the Aviators. They missed the field goal, but really doesn't matter because the Redwoods won't move the ball. Land on the wing of the Aviators here. So Jahmyr Gibbs, 8 rushes, 41 yards, no touchdowns. A 5 yards per carry on the day for him as well. So he's looking to keep that reputation up as well. Motion now for Laporta. Looking to throw. Goff is rocked. 2nd and 17 at the 13-yard line. Goff is absolutely shaking up there. 2nd and 17 at the 13-yard line. Handoff. Gibbs is going to run for a gain of 3. No real help there. It's still 3rd and way downtown. Empty backfield here for the Aviators. Trip to the bottom of the screen, and we are going to see that at the end of at the start of the 4th quarter. Terrion Arnold with an interception. Very good timing for that. Redwoods also have one as they trail by 3, 13-16. No change in the 3rd. So, scoreless 3rd quarter. We're going to get into the 4th quarter where we see if the Aviators can finally pull off a 3rd down conversion, but it's going to be rough. Looking to throw here. They get the slip screen. Jahmyr Gibbs just not moving anywhere. 4th and 15 at the 15, and obviously this is a punt. So a 3 and out for the Aviators as well. Not a good sight for either side. Really big defensive effort though. As we go ahead and kick this one away from the 5. That was a really good punt there. A little farther than what the Redwoods had when they were back in the end zone. So good to note there. 1st and 10 at the 37. Walker is going to pick up 3 here. It's 2nd and 7 at the 40. 2nd and 7. Redwoods. Motion to Fant. Gino fires down the field, and DK Metcalf is laid out by Anzalone as they're going to pick a 3rd and 7 here. Now, a reminder, the Dublin Redwoods have been pretty good in these 3rd down scenarios. Pass is caught, and they are going to perfect it right there as well. JSN picking up the 1st down. So on the 3rd down conversion, they'll get to the 49 in their own territory. It seems like they're they're just shy of the 50-yard line. So we're going to see what K9 can do for them. It looks like they're going to run him here. They will. And it's a yard gain, but they're going to say they make it to the opposite 49. Little interesting there. Yeah, I'd give them 2nd and 8 here. I don't know what the score bug is there. Looking to throw. Pass is caught. And they will get a gain of about 7. So 3rd and 2 at the 43. Gino under center. Looking to throw. Smith looks for something, but he can't find it. The Aviators take him down and take the sack lead for the game. Zadarius Smith, the former Brown, taking him down there, and the Aviators will get the ball back here shortly. So hopefully the Aviators or somebody scores here, because honestly, this is getting a little boring here. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I like seeing... Whoa, that was a big punt right there. They're going to get him inside the 1 on that angle out. Wow. Potential for a safety here. You best believe they're sending blitzers. Motion. Handoff. And he barely makes it out. I'll count that as a gain of 1. They're still located near the 1, though. And yeah, that's what they'll say. I mean, they really just got this one on the goal line, and that is not going anywhere neither. Montgomery has not been well out of the backfield here. They need Jahmyr Gibbs back there. He's the speedy guy if you run a run outside. 3rd and 9. Handoff. And that might be a safety. No. They're going to give him forward progress. No Redwoods fan is going to like that one. Oh my, that is very reviewable. If they want to go and challenge that, they will not. So, potential also for a blocked punt here. They're not going to get it, though. And that is a very good punt. It's like 80 yards off of that punt because, I mean, you think about it, he's punting from the back of the end zone. So, yeah, it's like 80 yards. Still good field position for him, though. They're going to get the 49-yard line. The Redwoods are going to... Oh, K9 is shaking off tackles like it's nothing. And he will eventually get over 100 yards here with his 22nd rush of the game. 2nd and 7 at the 48. Gino under center. Motion for Fant. Play action here. Gino zips one down the field. He's got it. DK Metcalf to the 10. 1st and goal at the 10-yard line. So DK Metcalf picking up a huge spot right there for him. And now the Redwoods are in a position to score. Potential blitzers. Handoff. K9 is going to pick up 5. They just need 5 more yards. And they are in the end zone here. It would be a late point change here looking to throw. He lofts this one up and it's tipped and nearly goes to a fan. And uh-oh. Looks like we're going to have an injury timeout. Someone with a bad leg. Able to walk off the field, but, I mean, kind of limping there. That's Reeder. Interesting situation here. They go empty at the 5-yard line. Gino to throw. He's going to run, and he'll get right back to the line of scrimmage before he's taken down by McCall, or McNeil. Thought that was a K, excuse me. 4th and goal at the 5. They're going to go ahead and take the field goal to match the Aviators here. Chip shot, 22 yards up the good. So if they had made the one before, they would have certainly been ahead, but instead, they're tied right now with the Redwoods with a possibility to lose the upset here. So, interesting scenario we got here. Goff and the Aviators trying to save their spot in the MNFC North. And oh my goodness, that's not the way to start. 2nd and 17 at the 16-yard line after a huge sack by the Redwoods. It'll be Knight for the Redwoods getting on them there. 2nd and 17 at the 16. Motion across. That's Jahmyr Gibbs. He's going to get the little toss, and it'll be a gain of about 8 there. 3rd and 9 at the 25. So definitely more manageable than 2nd and 17 here. Laporta moving around in the offense. Throwing, passes caught. And Gibbs just cannot make it there. 4th and inches at the 33. And now a decision to make. They will punt, but we're going to see if they change their mind here at the 2-minute warning. 16 apiece. Aviators, Redwoods. And that is going to be a rollback into the end zone. And massive applause for some reason going through the stands. I don't exactly understand what is going on. 1st and 10 at the 20. DK is going to pick up 3. And this is a game-winning drive if you're the Redwoods. You have to make sure you leave no time on the clock here. You want to get in a scoring position as Walker picks up a good block. He's going to get to the 29 here, so a very crucial 3rd and 1. No huddle here. It's a hurry-up tempo for the Redwoods. Looking to throw. He's got him down the stream. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the midfield stripe. Timeout, Redwoods. Last team you would expect to take a timeout there. Especially because they just had the massive play, so maybe they're trying to string things together here. So from midfield, Gino running around. He's got to throw it, and he does. Geno Smith nearly had just cost the Redwoods the possibility of the game-winning drive. They are still in good position, though. Smith, sideline, caught. 3rd and 3. The Redwoods, like I said, they've been good in these 3rd down situations. They just had a 3rd and 1. Can they convert here? Looking to throw. Geno, and it's knocked down, incomplete. 4th and 3 at the 43. Anzalone taking him down, and now a critical decision right now. Wow, interesting. The Redwoods are going to choose to punt and trust their defense to get the ball back here within a minute. And they tried to angle it to where they could potentially get a safety. No safety call or safety threat here as they're at the 20. Unless Goff does some very abnormal things here and costs them. 57 seconds to go. Goff. And the pocket collapses. There he goes. A 10-yard loss. Jake Bates needs the 43-yard line if they want to get this win here. 2nd and 20 at the 10. Trying to hold everything right now. Goff throwing, and it's caught. Time still ticking. And they're going to run way too much time off here. No timeouts being called. It's 3rd and 14. They're going to run this one out. They're going to overtime. And while the clock winds down, we'll see who wins the coin toss. But I won't be here for it. I got to be right back.